What is going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Now you might notice that something's a little bit different. Now I don't know what it is, but you can let me know in the comments if you think there's something different going on with me, or the background, I don't know, but there's something a little bit off today. I don't know what it is. Let me know in the comments down below, obviously. Hopefully you are looking forward to this video. We're doing a Roberto Firmino tutorial today. This is a recent style that I've picked up on the old Instagram, for my 365 day challenge. So I've been doing a poster every day, and this is a new style that I've come up with. So basic idea is just a load of fonts and color. So hopefully you'll have no struggles with it. I'm going to walk you through it. Now it might be a little bit of a longer tutorial, but if you're in for the ride, you'll learn a lot of techniques from this. So 100%, it'll be interesting for you. Without further ado, I hope you've been enjoying all the content recently. I've tried to keep it up as much as possible. I'm really busy with uni and everything, but the live streams have been going well. Thank you all for hanging out there. Thank you for all the new subscribers. I hope you're really enjoying the channel and the videos. Thank you so much for watching, and let's get straight into this video. So guys, back with a basic poster tutorial. Haven't done one of these in a while. So first things first, you're going to need to download your texture pack, and when you do download your texture pack, you'll be presented with these assets here. So we've got a small Firmino, big Firmino, background, and a bit of text. With this bit of text, we're going to leave that for now. The main thing we're going to need is the background, to be honest, to start with. So we're going to create a new document. So new document, I am going to make this 2160 by 2700. Now this is great for Instagram. It works perfectly for Instagram, so I wouldn't worry about that. Just click create. And now that you've created this, guys, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to bring the background color across. So the background has 3 layers. Now there's texture, there's color, this is going to be a highlight, and then there's the background. So we're going to drag this whole thing across, and we're going to just bring it in like this. So let's just move it up. So it's probably up about here. That's pretty nice, and that's fine. So that's the first step done. Nothing major. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to bring the big Firmino across. Now this big Firmino has got all the skin retouching done to it, and if you want to go and do skin retouching, check out my other video. I'm not going to show you that in this video because I've shown it many times. For this video, I want to show you how I've made this technique. So I'm just going to drag this across, let it load, and we're just going to place this guy right in the middle. So about there is good. And now, as you can see, I've got the bottom of him faded out. So I'm going to disable that for now, and I'll show you why I faded it out. So this is what it looks like now. But once we add the rest of the stuff in, it'll look completely different. So we've got that in now. And now the next thing I'm going to add in is this text. So this text has got some texture on it for now. This is something I added at the end of the video. Well, not the end of the video, but the end of when I was making it. But for now, I'm just going to leave it like something like that. Okay, so it's in the middle. I'm going to move it over a little bit because it doesn't look centered enough for me. So this text is Geomancy. It's a font I found online. I'll try and find a link for it down below if there is. If it's still online, I'll find a link for it. If not, just use any font you want to. And basically how I've made it look like this curve is I've gone for the text tool, I've clicked the arc tool here, and then all I've selected is arc lower, and then I've gone for 35 plus and then 15 plus on the vertical distortion, and then it makes it like that. So that's basically all I did. It makes it nice and curved. So that's all you want to do for your text if you want to get it that shape, obviously. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add some more text. So this is all going to be text related. There's nothing going on. It's just text. So we're going to duplicate this layer and we're going to bring it below. So we're going to turn the title off. Actually, no, we're probably going to keep the title on for now. Let's just completely undo that. So let's keep this title up here. This text here is going to be a different color. So what we're going to do is we're going to Command T to control it, make it bigger, and then we're just going to pull it down a little bit like this. What we're going to do is we're going to just pull it down like that, and then we're going to change this to a dark orange. So probably something like that's good. So if you zoom in now, then we just go across. We can move this in a little bit, like so. And now, as you can see, it looks nice and dark. So you want to increase the fill so it's a solid. And as you can see, it's got these nice 3D effect going on. So this is a really basic way of making a 3D, bit of text. Now, I'm not really fussed about this like joining here because I quite like it. Because when you look at it, it just looks a little bit more dynamic instead of like a solid 3D object. So that's the only reason I've left it like that. If you want to join them up, you can obviously use a pen tool and join them up. So that's the first bit done for the title. Don't need to worry about that. Again, we're going to duplicate this text. As you can see, it's a lot of text work. We're going to change this to white this time, and we're going to change the blending mode to soft light. So now we've changed it to soft light. We're going to go Command T to make it bigger, and we're just going to go like that. We're just going to increase the sides, so like that. And now, as you can see, it's starting to look a little bit more like the poster I showed you at the start. So the next thing we're going to do is double click on this layer, and we're going to go to where it says inner glow and outer glow. Wherever outer glow's gone, I can't see it. There it is. Now, as you can see, it's got this nice little effect going on inside. So these are the settings I've got. I've got 15% opacity, linear dodge add. Size is 40%, and pretty much the same for this. It's 30% on the screen, 40% size. I might even increase this to about 40%, just so it looks a little bit cooler, basically. But yeah, that's all you need to do for that. So if we zoom in now, we've got a nice little stroke effect going on. It looks really cool. So especially when you add the camera filter at the end, this will look really good. Trust me. That's the first step done. Now what we need to do is start adding extra bits of text. So this is where the background comes in handy. So the title, you can probably just close this down now, and we can work with that later. The big Firmino, again, we're going to leave it there for now. So I'm just going to duplicate one of those, and then the title, we can turn that off. The background is where this gets a little bit complicated. So it's going to be using massive bits of text, so it's going to slow your computer down a little bit, but it will, look good once you've done it. First things first, I'm going to set this back to normal, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it above the background color. That would help, wouldn't it? I'm going to change the color to probably a nice orange, and then I'm going to reduce the fill to 90%. Now, don't get me wrong, I know this looks a little bit odd at the moment, but what we're going to do is we're going to go Command T, and we're just going to rotate this, and we're going to really increase the size. So you want to zoom out, and you just want to drag this up like this. So you can see it's already making my computer lag a little bit, but once we get it right, and you move it into position, it looks really good. So we're going to move it up a little bit here, make sure we got a nice little bit of effect there. And we're just going to click OK, so that's fine. That's fine for the first step. Now, as you've noticed, I've kept in the inner and outer glow just because that is an extra effect that you need for this text. It just makes it look so much better, and it makes it all look futuristic, basically. So we're going to go again. We're going to duplicate that, and this time we're going to make it even bigger. And we're going to go rotate it. So hold Shift and rotate. Now, just bear with your computer, because trust me, this will make it slow down a little bit. I know it will, because it makes mine go a little bit slow, as you can probably see. So then we've got it over here, and we're just going to move it down here now. So let it go, move it a little bit. You want to make sure you've got a fair bit in the design, and then rotate a little bit more. Okay, nice. So I know it's a little bit hard to see what's going on, but trust me, it will look good when you come to finish it. Now we've got a nice little bit going on here. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add in an extra color. So we're going to duplicate this, and we're going to change this to probably a nice yellow, same as the kit probably. Nice yellow. Okay, this time we're going to make this one even bigger. So we're going to go Command T, again to control it, make it a lot bigger. Now let it load. Then we're just going to move this one up over here. Again, I know this is taking a little bit longer than it should, but you just got to bear with your computer, because it's a big file basically. So let's move it down a little bit. Okay, let's click OK with that. Okay, as you can see, it's coming together a little bit better. So we've got these nice little bits of text going on. I'm probably going to make one more yellow one, just because it just makes it look so nice. The extra added color. So I'm just going to zoom out, get our rotation tool, rotate it, let it load. Let's just move it down here a little bit more. Now it's gone off the screen. Trust me, it's a little bit trial and error, this. Can't lie to you. So now it's back on. Okay, so we've got here. Let's let it load again. Hit the rotation. Hit the rotation again. Okay, now we've got something going on here. Gonna hit rotation again. Try and bring it up a little bit more. Okay, so now we've got a nice little shape at the bottom here. Let's move this down a little bit. Okay, so let's just click OK on that. Now this isn't going to look exactly like the one I showed you, but it's the same concept. I'm literally doing the same thing I did with the other one, but it's hard to replicate it, as you can see, because it's so unique, I guess you could say. So we've got that one now. Now the next one we're going to do is add a white one. So we're going to duplicate this bottom one. Change this one, has to be at the bottom, like below the rest of the color. We're going to change this to white, and we're going to change it to 40% fill. So now we've got that. We're going to move this up through the middle, basically. Now we're going to make this one a little bit smaller. This one has to be smaller, but it's going to go straight through the middle like this. Make it a little bit bigger now. Now we just click OK. Yes, perfect. Okay, so the only one we need to move really is this yellow one. So move it down here a little bit. And then you can also decrease this kerning. So this basically, if we decrease this, it just brings the letters together more. So as you can see, this yellow one's up there now. So that's good so far. We've got the nice white one going down the middle. And if I turn the title on now, as you can see, we're getting that same effect basically. So we've got that done now. Now I've got a few more things to add. We've got obviously the extra player of Firmino, which is going to be this guy here, which I'm going to drag and drop him in just now. Oh, he's gone. There he is. So we're going to put him about there. That's probably a good spot to put him. I'm going to click OK. So we can turn him off for now, but he's in there now. So we've got him in. Now the next thing we're going to do is duplicate one of the background layers. We're going to move this above the big Firmino. And now this time we're going to reduce the fill to 0, and we're going to change this to a stroke outline. Now you can change this to like a 5 stroke if you want. It can be whatever you want it to be, but it's the same concept. We're just going to make it bigger, probably decrease it a little bit to be honest. Rotate it until it looks cool, move it across. So like that. Now if I click OK, now we got a nice little shape going across here. Now usually I duplicate this so it's a little bit brighter. So probably something I'm going to do. I like how it's going through his hair there actually as well. That looks really cool. And then we're going to duplicate this one more time, and then this time we're going to rotate it again. This time we're going to go like that. Okay, we've got a nice little shape going through here. And this one I'm probably going to move just below Firmino, but below the big one, sorry. So if I zoom in again, as you can see, this one's going below him, which looks really cool. And now that's pretty much the background done, I think. Now we could move the orange one up a little bit wherever it is. Is it that one? No, it's this one. Yeah, we could move this one up a little bit, just so it covers a bit more of that red, because you don't want too much of the red going on. But yeah, that's the overall idea, guys. So we've got our colors coming through now. Now, if your computer is going quite slow now, it might be because there's so much text layers. So once you're done and you're happy with the background, you can basically convert this to a smart object and it'll make it go a little bit smoother. Or you can leave it if your computer's fine with it. It's completely up to you. But I usually convert it to a smart object once I'm happy with it. And the title, we're happy with that, I think. But I am going to make this soft light one. I'm going to make this one a lot bigger, because at the moment it's not big enough. So making it bigger is going to add that nice extra effect. So we've got that. We've got the small guy running, which is really cool. The next thing to add is the layer mask on the bottom here. So the layer mask here is going to enable. So it's going to make him look like he's fading into the shape. So that's the only reason I've done it. It just makes it look like I've used a soft brush, made it nice and big. And I basically just, faded him in like that. That's all I've done. Nothing major, but he's faded into the shape and it just looks nice and cool. So yeah. Just noticed there's a similar, I was on about that odd thing at the start of the video that I couldn't point out. It's looking quite similar on him as well. He's got something odd going on about him. I don't know if it's his hair, his teeth, his eyes, something's going on. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you think there's something different about this video. So I got the shadows in. I've done those already. I'm not going to show you how to do this because I do those in every video. So if you want to learn shadows, go check out another one of my tutorials. But so far, this is how I've created the textures. Right, so we've got all that. We've got a texture on the background, we've got a texture on the type, we've got this soft light overlay, which looks really cool. Now I know it looks a bit of a mess, trust me, I know it does. But once you use the camera filter, it'll look a lot better. So, for the background, I'm going to convert these to a smart object now, because I'm happy with that. It's meant to look really abstract and different anyway, so that's perfect. We're just going to convert those to a smart object and let that load. If you are enjoying the tutorial, guys, obviously smash that like button, because it really helps out the YouTube algorithm find these videos. That would be great. So let that load. A lot of layers, come on. Okay guys, that's loaded now, so that's all converted to a smart object. Now these stroke outlines, I'm probably just gonna move this one over a little bit. At the moment, I'm not really happy with how it's going through the type, I can't lie to you. That's a little bit better. I do like that sharp edge there. To be honest, I might even just turn it off. Yeah, I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to get rid of that one. I'm going to just keep the one underneath. That looks good. So we've got that going now. Okay, so we've got the shapes going through here, we've got the big one going through there. That is pretty much it, guys. I'm going to add a camera filter now, and I think that's pretty much it for this style. I hope you have, you know, learned something, because it's definitely something that I've picked up. Like, this is definitely a new technique that I haven't seen people doing, so definitely get to learn it with these inner glows and strokes and outer glows, all sorts of things. So we're going to go Command-Shift-Option-E to make a screenshot, convert that to a smart object, and then we're going to go to Filter, Camera Filter. And basically with this one, I usually boost up the contrast quite a bit, the highlights, because there's, well, not too much, but there is quite a lot of highlights in here. Shadows, obviously, you can change. Clarity, definitely, because it brings these shapes out. Texture, yep. Dehaze, yep. And then saturation, I would probably boost that one up as well. Okay. Or you could just decrease saturation if you wanted to. Really depends what you want it to look like, to be honest. Curves, play around with these. Obviously, you can bring your shadows in a little bit more. Sharpening, definitely bring that up. Noise reduction, I usually have that up quite high. And then this one is where I'm going to play around with it a little bit. I'm just going to make the oranges a little bit deeper. The reds a little bit more intense. Yellows, I'm going to make those a little bit more orange. Maybe bring the saturation down a little bit. Yes, I like that. That's looking quite nice. And again, I'm going to use my color grading. I'm just going to add a slight hint of red, because I think that's quite nice. Again, the highlights, I quite like to see his face a little bit more, so I'm going to boost that color up a little bit. Sharpening's good. Color grading's good. Now I want to add some grain over this for sure, just to make these shapes look a little bit more cooler, a little bit more real. And a vignette maybe. You don't have to add a vignette with these ones because, you know, it's quite a glowing effect. So usually I add a plus vignette for this one, not a dark one. So maybe a plus one would do better. So probably about a +6 I'm going to go with. But I think that looks pretty cool so far. Do I want to reduce that? I'd probably increase that, yeah, a little bit. Increase the reds, get a little bit more deeper. That's good. Greens we don't have to worry about, yellows. But I think that's pretty much it there, guys. I'm quite happy with that. White she can bring up, dark she can bring down. If I click OK on that, yeah, there you go. Now it's not exactly the same as the one I showed you before, obviously, because it's a different. It's really hard to replicate this unless I completely copy the design, just drop things in. But I wanted to actually show you me doing it. So this is how I've done it, basically. And it gives you an idea, doesn't it, of how to put it together yourself instead of me just dropping things in. I think this is a better way of doing the tutorial. So I think we've come out with a really nice, you know, outcome, and I really do like it. Actually, I like how it's quite intense on the imagery. But yeah, this is how you do it. You know, lots of different bits of text. Reduce the fills, obviously, so you can see through bits of them, and they overlay on each other. And obviously, you have strokes of highlights and glows. But if you obviously have enjoyed this video and learned something new, smash that like button. Obviously, subscribe. There'll be more videos coming in the future. And yeah, more live streams, definitely. I'm just finishing off uni now, so I'm getting a little bit more free time. So hopefully you guys are looking forward to that. Obviously, join the Discord down below. And there's one more thing I'm going to talk about now, guys. Basically, I have a Patreon. Now, the Patreon is paid. It's £5 membership. Or there's a more expensive option where you get to chat with me for 30 minutes or 30 to 45 minutes about a design you want. But obviously, that option I'm not pushing on any. I'm not pushing either option on anybody. But if you want to purchase the Patreon, you'll get free access to my PSD files that I upload. You'll get free access to brushes, textures, you know, different type of, you know, images and stuff, texture packs maybe in the future once I've got more time. But yeah, if you are interested in that, obviously hit the link down below. There is a link for the Patreon link, and I'm probably showing it on the screen now while I'm editing it. But yeah, guys, if you are interested in something like that, obviously go purchase it for yourself. It's there to help you guys if you're really interested in sports design. If not, then don't worry. I'm not forcing it on anybody. I'm just letting you know it's there. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.